Cesar, how about the parents? You know, because yeah, the kids are ready to go. Oh yeah, but there are many parents depending on on their age and you know how techy they are. But I can only imagine some of the parents and some of the problems that they have to face trying to deal with homeschooling these days with the support of the school, but everything is on at home. So could you tell us a bit about you know how that has been, or please?
Sure, Julian. I mean, it hasn't been easy because they have also to adapt to other things. Having their children all day at home, cooking for them because they used to eat at school. So there were a lot of things that changed the lives of the parents at home. As I said at the beginning, we we had to do a lot of training, tutorials for parents to explain how to use the platform, how we were going to communicate. Um, but they understood we were not going to stop. We were going to continue. We had a challenge. We were ready for it. We were willing to work and face the challenge. And they helped us out. And now we're having great outcomes. As I said, everything has changed. I mean, the routines of everybody. So, but they're very happy because their kids are busy learning, being with their teachers, sharing with their classmates. So even in this, we try to have as normal as possible in something that is not normal. So they're following every day their classes, their activities. We have assemblies, for example. Next week we're celebrating Language Day, so we have different activities going on using different platforms. So we continue.
And I have a question. This is something that just came up now. Have you had any students, any of your personnel, or any parents that have been completely opposed to the whole situation?
Completely opposed, no. We had parents having doubts about it. They were hesitating at the beginning. Is this going to work? Is really going to work? But we were consistent and we were there every day, talking to parents, being on time, telling them what to do, spending some time to even to cancel a class and to do homeroom. Okay, let's get together with parents and let's explain step by step what we're doing. And that has worked a lot. You really have to count with the parent, but you really have to give them the tools in order to help you out, to support you. It's been a lot of debates. Are kids ready? Of course, our kids are ready. I mean, many adults believe that kids are only good in social media. I really do not agree with that issue. I think they're great in their social media, but they learned everything so easy. You know, while it might take us a day to train teachers about the use of a certain platform, it will take us an hour for students to understand how to do it. And they even, the day after, they are going to tell us how to get even more things out of the platform. So it's been a really great experience.
Now the big question, Cesar, the future. What now that you've had this trial? I'm sure that when you first implemented this, did you visualize this as a temporary solution, or was there a plan for this to continue, or what's your look on the future now that it's in place, that it's working positively? What are your plans for the future? Are things going to go back to normal, or is this going to be the new tendency?
Well, Andres, I've been a teacher for 27 years, so I really need to be in contact with my students. It's nothing like being in touch with them. It's nothing like looking at them, talking to them, because when we are at school, we also tackle other situations, things that are more part of their lives, how things are changing, doubts that they have. So I really hope we go back to normal, but we are going to be virtual, or we're going to use technology as long as it takes. We are prepared for it. but and I think I'm just talking about another issue. There is a lot of debates, people saying, well, we're going to get rid of the teacher. No, the teacher is always going to be there. The teacher is needed. You know, it's the person that gives the whole issue some way of form of what to be taught and what is going to be learned. So I really hope we're going back to the school and we get to see the kids.
And now that you say the teachers have to be there. Now I'm gonna plant an interesting situation. Can the teachers be replaced by artificial intelligence?
Can they? Probably. Should they? I don't think so, right? Because when we are teaching a class, we are assessing all the time. We know if the students are following or not. So it gives us the opportunity to stop and say, wait a minute, let's go back to the concept. Let's go around. I have a couple of students that don't know, haven't got the idea yet. And that really it's important because remember, our profession is not to teach. The objective is to make sure that our students learn. So if the objective is to teach, you can have tutorials and that's it, you know. But the idea is to make sure that they really understand and that they can learn and develop abilities that is going to help them out in the future.
Excellent. And the reason why I asked this, Cesar, is because I was just reading an article here about Colombia's rapid trials. I don't know if you've heard about it, but they're going to use robots to deliver restaurant food to homes. So I thought it was quite interesting. I was just reading this article a few minutes ago, and as we're going into the conversation, I'm thinking, well, can teachers be replaced? I understand that you need that human touch. You need that person there, that human person to analyze certain situations that I'm sure robots or androids or artificial intelligence maybe cannot. But where do you see us in 10 years? Are the teachers still going to be key 15, 20 years down the line?
I think so, Andres. I really think so. I think we have a lot to share. There are many things that we know that we can transmit to others. I really think technology, we have to get used to technology. Talking about that, homeschooling is not new. I did my master's at Concordia University in Minnesota in 2001. So that was 19 years ago. I mean, can you imagine? We're talking about 19. So it's been around. It's been around. And the platforms that were there at the time are not compared to the different tools that we have now. So yes, we have to continue growing. We have to continue learning, and because this is the key. We are not only working, but we're also learning and we're teaching. So that's a great combination.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Julian, what's your take on it?
Well, I was just listening here to Cesar, and a few things come to my mind. First of all, it's important to mention that Cesar works at a private school, and it is quite a difference than what's going on at most public schools, I'm sure, and hopefully we'll have the chance to hear that side of the story soon. But as I listened to Cesar, there are a few things that catch my attention. First is that they were ready to make the transition, not ready for the emergency that they had to do, but they were ready as having a mindset of things to come. And I know many of the teachers that work at Cesar's school, and I am sure that that's why they're having a great success, because they do have a great staff there. But another thing that is important is that they were also at the end of the school year. Is that correct, Cesar? Because it is a calendar B school.
Yes, so Julian, let me say just a couple of things. You mentioned public schools. Last week, I was invited to a conversation with different actors of the Secretary of Education, school directors from the public sector, the universities, private sector. And yes, you are right. It was a big, and it is a big challenge for us as private school, but it's a huge challenge for the public sector. I mean, lots of the students in the public sector either do not have the connection or they don't have the equipment to get online and do the work. And there are many teachers that are not ready. I mean, we have small schools because remember, I also run the military school, Rafael Reyes, and we are doing the same. We are working and everything is working fine. But at the public sector, things are more complicated. Figures are about 47,000 students do not have the technology. That's a huge number, and a huge
big chunk.
Exactly, and a huge challenge for the administration. How are they going to get these families connected, and how these families are going to have the equipment to do it? Besides, we're talking about 20 teachers, 25 teachers in each school. Over there, we're talking about 1,000 or 2,000 teachers to cover the whole, the system. So it's a lot of teachers to bring aboard, to get them committed to the situation. I just read what the proposal is going to be. They're going to be starting 2 classes a day in different hours. So the public sector, the students of the public sector are going to study 2 classes during the day, which I'm glad that it's for a pretty short time. Hopefully we're back at school in June the 1st, because 2 classes a day is about 30% of the regular curriculum. So if this goes for a long time, these kids are going to be affected and they're going to be behind private schools that are working, full time.
Wow. Wow. Well, that seems to be a major problem because the gap is just, it's immense.